All right, we are recording, you guys. Welcome, welcome. It's crap cleanse, week 2, and we have today's featured expert here today. Her name is Sweta Iyer, and she is an energy healer. I'm going to let her tell you what exactly that means and what she does, but today we're talking about how exactly can you clear energetic blocks to success. Today we're going to talk about what the heck are energetic blocks. Are they even real? Does it even matter? What does that mean? So we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about how you can bring abundance into your life, new opportunities, and really success, whatever area of your life that may be. Success in business, in your love life, in your personal life, in so many arenas. Maybe you just want to, manifest a gift or an iPad, or maybe, you want to make a bigger impact in this world, etc. Success can come in so many different forms. And I'm super excited to talk to Sweta about that today. So let me introduce myself. My name is Aditi Ramchandani. I'm a marketing strategist and confidence coach, and I'm hosting the Crap Cleanse, which is a 4-week cleanse right now. We are basically clearing out the clutter in our lives, all right? And we have a private Facebook group where we support each other, share our wins, and share where we are clearing clutter out from. So if you're not a part of it already, make sure to join at crapcleanse.com. We already have 36 people signed up, and it's only week 2, so it's going to keep going. It's not too late to sign up. And now I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Sweta and let her introduce herself.
Hi guys, so I think, unless you guys can hear me, let me know, but...
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Okay, so how's everyone doing? First of all, thank you, Aditi. She is the one who told me, do you want to come and talk? And I'm more than happy to tell you guys what I do, because it has absolutely changed my life. I am an energy healer, and most people always ask me, so what is an energy healer? You don't see energy, you feel it. Okay, so if you were to come and tell me I don't feel good, I feel happy, I feel sad, I feel angry, those feelings are energy to me. Okay, it's kind of like being a scientist and seeing something that you can't see outside of your naked eye. Okay, what I use is my third eye, so which you all have, and I'm not going to get super technical because it's going to get a little confusing. We're here to talk about cleaning out your crap. So first of all, everybody has crap. Even an energy healer has crap. What an energy healer does have is the gift to tell you where should the crap go and how can it be transformed. Okay, so how does that make one successful? It's interesting Aditi brought that up about success and manifestation. And I am actually running a 4-week course, and it's called the Success Mindset, and it is full. It's an incredible course. I interviewed a few people to be success mentors for the class. What I have discovered is that, for the longest time, I thought that it was a secret. I should just know how to be successful. I should just know how to have my shit together, okay? The fact of the matter is, I didn't, and neither did everybody else. Some people look the part. The thing is, I looked the part too, but not everybody could tell how I felt on the inside. And soon that caught up with me. What I felt on the inside, all the crap I was carrying, all the self-hatred I was carrying, all the resentment, the anger, the confusion, everything I was carrying in the inside manifested in my life in a very spectacular fashion. I had a very difficult relationship with a boyfriend about 3 years ago. And, I don't blame this person at all. I actually think this person was a huge gift in my life. However, he was a complete manifestation of how I felt on the inside. But that's not what I thought. I was like, I'm such a good person. I am just so nice. I am playing the part of the perfect girlfriend as society tells me.
What does that even mean when you say, a manifestation of where I am? Well, actually, let's backtrack a little bit. Let's first start with, what exactly is an energetic block? Like, what does that even mean?
Okay, so when you think of a block, think of something that is going to prevent you from having a flow. So I'm going to describe driving. if you're driving on a crowded road, how are you going to get from point A to point B? You either have to wait till the traffic moves, or
Okay.
you have to get off the next sort of exit and go through a road that doesn't have as much traffic. You will get to your destination, right? But if there's too much traffic, it's just going to slow you down. So that's what a block is. Think of it as a block in your body, as having traffic in your body, traffic in your energy. Energy, and I will get slightly technical here. Energy is the very core of who we are. It is when you look beyond the form, look beyond the human body, the physical, and you just you break it down to the very cellular level. We are all just a form of energy. It's sort of a dynamic state of being. It's not something that is solid at all. But our energy body is 6 to 12 inches from our physical body. And an energy healer can look at your body, your energy body, and can tell you where stuff is stuck, where there's traffic, where you should move. So when a client will come to me, for example, and they'll say, I'm really unhappy in my job. My boss is really an asshole. And if my boss just started behaving, I would be so much happier. My job would be easier. I could perform better. And the reason I use this example is because it's very relatable, right? Like you are going to think that it is another person's fault. Just like in my relationship, I felt it was my partner's fault that I was unhappy and I was miserable because of his behavior. However, what I realized was it was a choice. It was a choice to keep feeling how I was feeling because that was resulting in this traffic. So as soon as you realize that this traffic exists within you and you have to move out from that traffic, that's when things can change. You have a choice. You're on a crowded road.
I want to make sure I'm following everyone else is following. Hold on. So, okay. So let me make sure I got this right. So you said an energy block is basically like, let's say and you can correct me if I'm right or wrong. From what I heard you say is an energy block is when it's like you're in a car and you're sitting in traffic and there's lots of traffic and you're trying to get from A, where you are now, to B, your destination where you're trying to go. So if there's traffic on the way, that kind of represents the block. Is that right? The traffic is the block. And then it's like the idea of an energetic block is like recognizing that the traffic is a block and then trying to figure out how you can either get through the block, get past the block, or etc. So I guess the whole point is so you can get to your destination faster. Is that the point of like thinking about what to do with this block?
Even to get to the destination, because you could get so tired just sitting in traffic that you might not even get to your destination. And then
so you may not even get there. Okay, so your energetic block, you guys, may not even allow you to get to your destination. That's really powerful because I know in my head I was thinking that energetic block means, okay, how can I get there faster? So that's a very powerful insight for me, and I'm sure from other people watching. So if you have energetic blocks that, one, you may not be aware of, or two, you may just get tired of it because it's been there for so long that you may not even get to your destination. That's really interesting, Sweta. I really like that.
Well, and I think but I also do think you'll get to it quicker. So I have been seriously practicing energy healing for a long time, but I didn't start, taking clients on and everything. And Aditi here is a huge part of it. But it radically changed my life. Why? Because I now have my own business. I have I have a clientele that I really love working with. I have relationships that are so much healthier. There's just all these different things that I didn't think was possible. And by the way, I didn't think it had anything to do with me. I didn't think my life's choices or destinations had anything to do with me.
Could you talk more about that? Like, what is that?
Yeah. So, I just thought that I'm ready to date. The man is going to come. We'll naturally fall in love and we'll get married. And well, actually, I have to take it a little bit back. I'm not exactly that person who wants to be married. However, I get that. What I wanted was to be with somebody that was going to make me happy. And it was that simple. If I'm nice to you, you're going to be nice to me, that kind of thing. That wasn't the case. I wasn't attracting men that were treating me well or treating me with respect in the way I knew I deserved to be treated. And I had decided I was going to date, and that's what my family told me. That's what my friends were saying. And some people were feeling happy. Like there were friends who were able to go out and get the jobs they wanted, have the lives they wanted. However, I will say this. I always felt as if what was enough for people wasn't enough for me. That left me really confused too. I would have friends who would say, "Oh, I know what I'm going to be." And since I was a little girl, I never understood what I wanted to be. So I always was like, don't tell anyone you don't know what you want to be. Because if you tell somebody what you don't want to be, they're going to know that you don't know anything. Here's the good part of it. Nobody knows what they want to be. I have enough clients, and let me tell you, everyone just seems to be following a script that is not working for them.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not working. So you can't manifest things. You can't manifest a relationship. Every single area of your life, you're struggling. And it's everybody else's fault. It's the economy's fault you can't get a job. It is your parents' fault that you have all these emotional issues. It is, what else? I mean, you guys can write some things, but there are all these different
fault. It's everyone else's fault.
Everyone else's fault. Here's the thing. Yes, they are definitely provoking you to have these reactions, but they will keep provoking you. Where do you realize that you have a choice? Nobody tells you have a choice. The other thing that radically changed is my language. Okay, so kind of to tie it to a practical way of looking at it, I can look at someone and you can look at someone, except you won't know that's what you're responding to. This works in dating, this works in job area, this works in health. You look at someone, you have a reaction. You don't understand your reaction. I can explain your reaction to you. Like I can look at someone and I can see how they present themselves, how their body language is, how they smile, what words they use. So a lot of people will say, why is this happening to me? Like, why? Why is this happening?
I don't understand. Why? I'm such a nice person.
I'm such a good person. Why
I don't deserve this. Yeah. I know so many people, including myself, but that's definitely been part of my dialogue many times. Like, I just don't get it. Like, why? This is not fair. So a lot of people really.
And it's not fair. However, today, because of what I do, I got to speak to a woman who will be joining me in my next webinar that I'll be doing after this. And she said something so powerful to me. She's in an emotionally abusive relationship. She was homeless. She was living out of her car. And she just started using these, she started reading Wayne Dyer. She started reading all these different books that told her your reality is a choice of your creation. So if things are happening to you, you will never learn. You will never be able to move to point B. You cannot get to well, why is there traffic? Why is this traffic happening to me?
Right.
Well, you're sitting in the traffic. You can move out of there. And you're saying, I can't, because guess what? Somebody else is holding the pedal on the gas, right? Not you. Just think about it. Who has the steering wheel? And honey, if your hand is not on the steering wheel and you're not in the driver's seat, that's a whole another conversation, right?
So you have a choice whether you want to actually be in the traffic or not. And in other words, you have a choice whether you want to maybe sit in these blockages per se.
Right. And also, if you realize that you can get in the driver's seat, listen, if your life doesn't look like what it wants to look, then tell the person who's driving your car to get in the passenger side and you take control. Okay? And if you can't do that, then you are at the other person's disposal. I, for one, got tired of it. I'm just going to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. I had a moment where I said, I can't do this shit anymore. Now, what does it have to do with cleaning out crap? What does it have to do? It has to do with cleaning out the traffic. So sometimes
I like that.
You gotta get off the destiny. You gotta get off the next exit completely. So in this case, let me tell you, I have an option if I want to wake up every morning and believe that everything I do is going to be working out in my favor. This is not positive thinking. However, this is the idea that I am in the driver's seat and my decisions, my choices, my thoughts control what happens. So let me tell you something. This is I use this all the time and people love this example. If, let's just say, I'm going to use two famous singers. You might not like them, so you can put down some names, but I'm going to use two singers. The first singer is Taylor Swift, just because she's popular.
Yeah.
And the next singer is Rihanna, because she just released an album.
Yeah.
Now, we all probably have gotten a little tired of Taylor Swift because we've been hearing her music, and Rihanna's new album has come out. Now, Taylor Swift is playing on your radio, or she's playing on your playlist. And you tell me, I really want to hear Rihanna. And I look at you and I say, okay. And you say, listen, I really want to hear Rihanna. We're like, okay, cool. And Taylor Swift's still playing. What do you have to do? What do you have to do?
Change the station, make a choice.
You have to first, here's the cool part.
Yeah.
You have to know you want to listen to Rihanna, right?
You have to be aware of what you want and where you're trying to go.
You might be like, I want something, I don't know. But just knowing that you want something else, you're like, I want to listen to Rihanna. Now that's pretty specific. However, you have to get up, find the station that Rihanna's new music is playing, and then change it to that. There's an action piece involved. So I have people telling me, I want these things, but you don't understand, it's too hard. It's just too hard. Hell yeah, it's hard. You know what's also hard? Living in your misery, living a life that is not something you want to live. And then thinking everybody else is at fault, is responsible. Absolutely. That is harder to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this feels hard. It's not easy, it's simple. Do you guys understand the difference? It's simple. It's a practice. You have been practicing fear, anger, victimization 90% of your life, and 10% you just run and you say, where is God? Where are the angels? Where's everybody? Well, honey, you can't hear them. It's like, okay, I come to you and I'm in a place, you have a friend that comes to you and your friend goes, okay, please, Aditi, tell me, just tell me what is the solution to my problem. Just tell me. And you're talking. Can the person hear you? No. So when you ask the universe questions from that place, all that traffic, all that crap sitting there, you can't even hear the answers. Mm. So it's a practice. So you constantly have to practice. Why should you practice? Why do you want to be miserable? Why do you not want to be happy? And how is it that when you make that choice, you want to listen to Rihanna, what does it do? Suddenly things show up. Suddenly now you didn't realize that the next street has suddenly become available. Because now you realize, I want to get the hell out of this traffic. I want to get the hell out of this blockage. And so for me personally, I had a friendship that was very, very toxic for me. It was so toxic for me that it took up all of my time. And it was something I didn't want to see the signs. I just was like, but I'm a great friend. Why can't this person just appreciate me? I wanted something from another person that I couldn't do for myself. I was letting this person drive my car. And then I didn't like the destination. Do you guys understand that? I didn't like my destination. I didn't like where I kept showing up. Mm-hmm. I didn't like it. I was showing up to Australia. Maybe I wanted to go to Greece. But that's where my friend wanted to go. Right? Who gave the choice to my friend? I did. I made a choice to let my friend have the power. Mm-hmm. And once that friendship ended, I was able to move to another state. I was able to increase my prices. I am now moving to a completely different place in my business. I'm now speaking about the goddess Kali, that I will tell you the story. It's very special to me, and how the art of manifestation happened. I want to take a second, and Aditi, if you want to ask me to clarify anything that I just said, but I really think the traffic example and the car example and where your destination should be. That has to give a little clarity.
Yeah.
As far as what the craft is.
That definitely helps. So clearing out, is it echo? Am I echoing or is it just me? So clearing out energetic blocks for success. So one thing that I heard you say is, you know, first realizing that you're in traffic and then realizing, becoming aware, is this where I want to be or would I like to be somewhere else? And then making that decision to move to that next place, I guess. Would that accurately describe the steps?
Yes. So once you make the decision, once you realize you're in traffic and you don't like where you are, right? That's literally what happened with me. The entire time I was like, well, why is it happening to me? Why is it happening to me? And then I just sort of sat down one day and I said, I can't continue this way. If you've ever felt that thing, that really strong feeling, I don't like this. That feeling is very natural to everybody. Mm-hmm. To not accept what is going on, that feels wrong. And I don't care what you are, who you are, what age you are, it doesn't matter. The moment you have that feeling, the universe will suddenly show a little bit of light, okay? And then you suddenly realize you're in traffic. And you also realize you're not in the driver's seat. That's another thing. I realized I was in no control of my own life. That's why my life felt out of control. And then I realized I'm done. I need to get in the driver's seat. It's going to be painful to learn how to drive, right? If you guys have known how to drive, have you guys learned how to drive? It was very hard. When I first started, I was like, I have to hold the steering wheel. I have to look at the rear view mirror. I have to look at the side mirror. I have to brake. I have to put the gas. It felt very hard. Now it's natural. I just do it, right? Okay. It's the same thing with this. It's not that different.
So what was that transition like? Maybe, you know, some people are realizing now as they're watching this that, oh my God, like, am I in my driver's seat? Am I in the passenger seat? Where am I? So I guess I'd love to hear about that transition from moving from the passenger or even the back seat to the driver's seat. And what is that transition like? And like, first let's start there and then we'll go to the next one.
It is probably the most scary, confusing, and clueless place to be in, because you're like, this is not possible. This has to be too good to be true. This is just not realistic. And you know, some people are just selling a lot of books. They're selling their coaching services. They're selling me shit, but it's really not true. However, I'm so desperate, I'll try it.
Did you ever feel like, I don't know if I'll be able to drive this car? Like, I don't even, were you scared? And like, what kind of stuff was coming up when you were like, I want to make this choice and I want to make this decision, but like, what kind of?
You know, honestly, once I said, I can't do this, mm-hmm. I just knew anything that felt different felt like a relief to me. Mm-hmm. So even though 99% of my life felt like confusion, I would have that 1%, which started to feel like a breath of fresh air for me. Mm. And that was like, I had oxygen suddenly and I could breathe. And I'll just share this example. I have somebody who's a private client right now. And, you know, this person sent me a message and said, oh my God, I can't breathe. Can you please just like, I need to talk to you. I was like, okay. That used to be me, by the way. Okay, I was always that person. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Okay, and I said, okay, all right. So I got on the phone and I talked and I said, okay, let's see what's up. And these were very potentially big issues that she definitely needed guidance for. Mm-hmm. And the fact is, once I talked to her, we have that trust, obviously. She suddenly said, okay. And the next day I got a message saying, thank you. You were absolutely right. It was really helpful. And I said, great. And I realized that's the problem. We're all sitting in crises. Mm. You cannot make a decision from crises. You'll constantly stay in a place of crisis. So yes, I was lost. I was confused. But you start to see this little sort of light. And that light gets bigger and bigger. And it doesn't take your entire life. Mm. It has only taken me with my practice 1 year full-time. I was 1 year part-time and now I'm 1 year full-time. Now this is my third year total, It's my second year full time. And I'm still quite kind of hard on myself because I'm like, I need to be over there. But it took me so longer to get to my destination because my traffic was so tough. And I will say one thing, people go to healers and coaches and everybody, and they're still doing the same thing sometimes. This is one thing I do want to say. They're saying, okay, here, take it, fix my life for me. Excuse me?
They try to give you their traffic, right? They're like, here, healer, fix me.
They're also telling me, get in my car and drive. Honey, I got too many clients to be getting in your car. I'm not interested. Not interested. I have my own car to drive.
I have my own car to drive, all right? You need to take some lessons.
And I'm not Uber. I'm not an Uber healer, okay? I'm not. Okay.
Hilarious. Do I look like I drive a school bus, John said. Oh, yeah, that's funny. All your clients in the seats.
Well, sometimes when I'm doing a group class, that is my school bus. I like that. But do you know what I mean? Yeah. Even over there, what you're doing is you're giving the power over to the healer. Why? You're doing the same thing. So what have you done?
Yeah,
you're replacing other people with the healer and saying, okay, here, fix it. It is not anyone's job. Nobody owes you to fix your life. It is your responsibility. It is your job. That is the only job you were born to do, to take care and be responsible for your own life. Okay? And I used to say this. I made this comparison. I used to say, I don't want to take a horse. I used to want to be this person. By the way, guys, I wanted to save everybody because I thought it was a lot of fun. I started realizing it's fucking exhausting. Now when I pray, I say, oh, thank God I'm not God. Thank God I don't have to save anybody. It is so fucking exhausting. I can't do it, right? But I used to say, I want to take the horse to the water and I want to show it how to drink. Now I say, hell no. The thirsty horse can come and ask me, where's the water? And I will point the way. And instinct, remember you guys, instinct is going to teach you how to drink the water. Does that make sense? So this is very interesting. Instinct will tell you how to get out of the traffic. Instinct, a healer will tell you what's the best roadmap to get out of the traffic. But instinct will get you there. Yeah. Practice is what will get you success. Okay? And you don't have to be born with it. No one's born with it.
I remember a time when, I was working with you, Sweta, and you had guided me to take somewhat of a drastic position in something in my life. And I was like, is it really that big of a deal? I don't know if I want to do all that. And I remember doubting it. Like, I was like, she's my energy healer. I believe her. She's helped me with a lot of things, but I feel uncomfortable with this and I don't know if I want to do it. And she was like, well, it's up to you, but this is the guidance I'm getting. This is what I'm seeing in your energy body. So I was like, okay, cool. So then I remember doing an angel card reading that night for myself. And I was like, okay, so, I'm getting this guidance from my healer. What should I do? And literally, you know what card came up, you guys? The angel card that came up, it was like, trust the person you're asking about. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. So like in that sense, I was using my instinct. Like she showed me the roadmap and said, this is where your energy is. This is where it will go if you stay where you are. And this is where it will go if you make this decision and have this conversation. So in that moment, I pulled in my instinct, you could say, and I was like, okay, what is my inner guidance saying? And my inner guidance was saying the same thing that she was. And that's when I was like, okay, so I'm going to listen because now I confirmed it with my own intuition. And after that, things really moved for me. And I was like, okay, I was glad that, I had this resource. And at the end of the day, I had to do the work. She could only give me the roadmap, as she's saying, And I also want to talk about the horse example because I think that's something a lot of us do, especially a lot of people who are sensitive and in the healing space, or, they just desire everyone to be happy. And I think that that's such a powerful example. When you first told me about that, it made so much sense. I was like, oh, wow. Like, I feel like, anyone who would come to me with their problems, I would be dragging their neck through the water. I'd be like, I have some resources to show you that will change your life. You don't understand. Come. And some of them would come. Some of them wouldn't come. And some of them would come up to the water, as you're saying. And I'd be like, look, read this book. Take this class. Listen to this meditation. That was the water. I was telling them to drink the water. And, some people did. And some people ran with it. And other people didn't. And you're right. Like, I think like it is exhausting. Like I'm exhausted from doing that too. And I realized it also wasn't serving my gift in a greater way because it was pulling people in, or I was bringing people in who maybe weren't in the space to receive potentially. And it was wearing me out. And I feel like now with like, the platforms that we're all building, we're using all these platforms, like Blab, Periscope, social media, all these classes and courses we're offering. Now we're able to, like you said, I love that. I love what you said. You're opening your doors for people who are thirsty, allowing them in, and then you're allowing them, you're showing them the resources. That's what we do through, these calls and these three classes. And then they go from there. And in that way, isn't it ironic how we're actually able to, we're not necessarily saving them, but in a way we're allowing that to happen for themselves. And I like that because I remember also reading, no one can save you but you. And I think that that's so powerful because, even for me, for a long time, I was like, when I finish my master's degree, life is going to be good. When I get that 100K job, life, it's going to be all figured out. When I get married, he'll take care of it. I don't need to worry about nothing. So, for a long time,
I want to say about what you're saying, so here's the thing, guys, your destination is only going to last about 5 minutes. So Aditi, you got your master's degree. You wait to get your master's degree, but the degree itself, when you went for the ceremony or whatever, it will last a couple of hours a day. Yeah. Your journey is going to last longer. It is always going to last longer. I don't care what healer you go to. I don't care what coach you go to. I don't care how much you want to lie to yourself that your destination is going to make you feel better. It ain't going to make you feel better. If your journey, you do not learn to practice your journey, your destination is not going to make you feel better.
Or you even enjoy your journey, right?
Well, but the thing is, your destination lasts only for 5 minutes. Do you guys get that part? You want to get married so badly. Well, you want the fucking wedding. You do not want a marriage. Because let me tell you, you cannot enjoy the dating process. You think a marriage is going to make you happy? Stop.
That is so true. Oh my God, that makes so much sense.
The wedding is going to last a year planning, and you're like, yay, this is amazing. And then the reality sets in. I couldn't even stand this person when I was dating them, but I really wanted to be married, because everyone's married. Honey, logic, just use logic, use the numbers. You can stand the person for 2 years. You think you're going to be married to them for 50 years because everyone in society is telling you. Right. It doesn't work that way. So your destination is great. Your destination is absolutely important. But the high of the journey, getting out of the traffic now is a lot more fun.
Let's talk about, oh, go ahead. Was there something more?
Oh, no, that's fine. I wanted to get into the manifestation part of it.
So let's talk about, that part, that journey of, getting to the love. Because I think what you're saying, the destination that people are waiting to be happy is because I wonder if, they're thinking that now they'll be loved, now they'll be, et cetera, or whatever. So I think like, I'd love to hear your thoughts about, people who are seeking that and then what it means to get to that through the law of attraction or manifestation, et cetera.
Okay, so I will use the yantra as an example because I think, and yantra, guys, is just a symbol. It's a physical symbol, and I actually have it here with me, which is it's so exciting to me that I got it today. Okay, so I'm an energy healer. I primarily work with the goddess Kali, and she's an incredibly powerful, like there's no words to describe her. Words fail me. I don't think I'm going to get emotional, but if I do, I have tissues right next to me. I always have a bunch of tissues in my house. Okay, so last year, when I was in a lot of traffic still, and I want to keep it real with you guys, I still have days when I'm in a lot of traffic, and there are days that this traffic is fine. But I look forward to the traffic because then I want to see how much of a experienced driver I've become. Does that make sense? Now I'm becoming more experienced at navigating this traffic. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you might find yourself in traffic, even if you're doing that. Anywho, so I had this idea that, okay, I want to get a tattoo, but I didn't really think anything about it. And last week, after I started speaking about the goddess Kali in a public forum, I suddenly had this really strong impulse that I wanted to get this art made, a logo made for my business. And I cannot draw. Okay. A 3-year-old can draw better than me. I'm just letting you know. I'm terrible at drawing. It's a good thing I never wanted to be an artist or didn't have any dreams of it. So I made a scribble. I made what I saw in my meditation. And then I showed it to my friend. And she said, okay, let's try it. It was a sun with a snake inside it. And I'm going to show you guys what it looks now. You're going to be blown away. Okay? So I said, okay, I want this. Now, guys, this is 7 a.m. in the morning. I'm having a conversation. Now, I'm at a place where my traffic is not as crazy. It's not as chaotic. I'm coolly cruising. What does that mean? I don't have as many energetic blocks. And I did do the crap cleanse last week and I'm doing it this week. So keep in mind, this is also clearing out the crap. It's all tied to the crap cleanse. We're not off topic here, okay? So I having this conversation at 7, 11 o'clock, my friend messages me. She sends me her picture and it looks okay. It's fine, but it's not anything like what I had in mind, but it was better than my scribble. And she says, Sweta, we have got to outsource this. In the moment she said you have to outsource it, I look down on my phone and my Facebook feed has this beautiful tattoo art. And I said, oh my God, who's this person? I need to talk to this person. Very randomly, somebody in Florida, I just messaged this person. I had this impulse. I said, okay, I need to talk to this person. So I messaged this person. 11 a.m. I started having this conversation at 7 a.m. on Wednesday, last Wednesday. I can even tell you because I remember. So I said, okay. I said, hey, I love your art. Would you be willing to like make art for me? I didn't know how much money it was going to cost. I didn't know anything. I just said, I need to do it. And this person responded right away. They said, sure, I would love to do it. I said, okay, let's talk. And we talked 20 minutes later. This is some random person in Florida making beautiful art. And I described what I had in mind. I showed my scribble. And he said, this is what I have in mind. The vision he had for the art and I had for the art was so incredibly same. It was the same vision. What vision I had, this random person in Florida had the same vision.
Wow.
And this person's not Indian, they're not Hindu, nothing from my culture, like nothing. So there was no way for this person to have it. However, he had the same vision. And I was stunned. At this point, I started to know what was happening. And then he described to me and he sent me the first draft. Then he sent me the second draft and I started crying. This was all that day. This was all in a day. But I also wasn't in a lot of traffic because I'm not in that much traffic a lot of the times. Mm-hmm. That is why money comes a lot easier to me. Love comes a lot easier to me. What else? What other? Health. My health is much better. I'm able to do things that I wasn't able to do. I'm able to fulfill things that I wasn't able to do. So it's very, very interesting. Now, I want to show you guys something because today I got the actual picture. I want to show you my scribble because I think it's important so that you guys will understand what I mean. And I got the picture and I thought to myself, it's interesting it came today because, I mean, why would I have it today? But it had to be because I was going to show you guys. All right, let's find the scribble. The scribble is actually pretty entertaining. If I can't find it. It is. It is pretty, you're like, oh, okay. Well, you are definitely not an artist. And I'm like very proud to say I'm not.
You're an energy artist.
Yes, I am. Okay, so I can, well, maybe Kali doesn't want me to get embarrassed. Okay. So I'll show you what my friend made, okay? So let me know if you guys can see it. Do you see it? It's a sun. Okay. Okay, that's the second draft that my friend made. Okay. That's the sun and the snake. Okay. I'm just gonna show you one more time.
With a line, maybe.
Mine was just a circle with like a scribble in the middle. I can't find it. But well, I'm not supposed to be embarrassed. Okay, are you guys ready for for what I got today in mail?
Yes, show us. Wow. Hold it up a little bit more and back. Okay, there you go. Wow. So there's the sun and then the scribble, which is now the snake.
Which is the Kundalini. And that's the chakras in the middle.
And those represent all the chakras in the middle. Okay. Wow. Yeah. I'm getting chills just looking at it. Woo. Powerful.
Yeah. So let's just show you the picture real quick that my friend made. Okay. See that?
You manifested this in a day of having the idea?
So the idea came to me last year, but it was not anything that I thought of because, again, I was in a lot of traffic last year.
Right.
This time, in a day, and it was a very reasonable price. I had the money for it. I was able to do it, and I got it today. And to me, it was nothing less than the power of manifestation, the law of attraction. But it's because it started all from the time when I said, I can't do this anymore. I don't like where I see myself. I want to be in the drive. I need to get in the driver's seat. That's it. Mm-hmm. And that is what happens. The traffic part is where the crap cleanse comes in for me. Okay. And sometimes it starts very simple. Start cleaning out your apartment. I cleaned my apartment. Guys, I don't live in a very big apartment, but it's very cozy. It's very cute. I cleaned my apartment for 8 hours. I was so exhausted. And the next day I had a lot of movement in my business. Why is that so simple? Because it's like you want to get new furniture for your apartment. You can't have the old furniture sitting in. It's got to go so you can get new furniture.
Yeah,
so you can get that. So the universe wants that for you. Okay. So I'm going to let Aditi ask me any questions, or if you guys want to ask me any questions. I know we're almost close to the end of it. I do have an announcement that I would like to make to you guys.
So I know that in 30 minutes you're doing your own blab, and I would love to hear about what you'll be talking about tonight.
Okay, so I'm super duper excited because I am going to talk about the law of attraction to manifest love. And that is a very broad topic, it might look like, but basically it is using these principles that has gotten me even closer. So think of this as you guys here have been hearing me. I'm going to get into a very different story about how one of the most difficult relationships I was able to make peace. And not only that, now I'm in a place where it looks very, very different, but it was applying these principles and how I got to it. I didn't really get into that too much. I wanted to really talk about removing the crap. And I will have a very exciting announcement at the end of my blab. And I will just announce that right now. I will be doing guided messages for you guys from Kali. So if you want to hop on, it will be at the end of the call. You got to stay on. And we have a very special guest. Her name is Karen Palmer. I'm very, very inspired by her. I have a lot of love for her. She has agreed to do a guided message for the blab. So she's an animal intuitive, just incredibly special woman. And I can't wait for her to come. So it's very special. And everybody that is going to be a part of it, I promise you'll feel the power of the goddess. You'll feel the power of divinity. And even the men here, please join. It has nothing to do with being a man or a woman. It has nothing to do with that. You're basically claiming your divinity. Okay. And we need more enlightenment anyways. We can't just have goddesses and no gods. We need everybody to be awakened.
Yes.
That's what's important. I will be going on at 8:30 Central Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And I'm super excited because there have been a bunch of people who are going to get on it. It's going to be a very fun conversation. And as you can see, my style is not to sugarcoat or bullshit you. I'll tell you exactly what has been happening. And,
Yeah, she doesn't sugarcoat shit, you guys. And sometimes I hate it, but other times I love it.
Well, so that is what is going to happen. So I really would like everyone to join. We're going to hang out here. You can ask me any questions. Oh, wonderful, Jenny. She said that she has an animal connection. So you guys have any questions? But Aditi, go ahead and if you want to ask me. But so guys, cleaning out your crap, even if you just start with the physical objects, even if you do a little bit every day, it will create space for the universe to send you what you've been clearing it out so that it can come and do that. Okay?
So would you say clearing out your crap improves your law of attraction or allows it to?
Absolutely. It clears out the traffic. So you can have this in a day. I didn't get this in a day, but this happened in a day. Okay?
It was creative.
It's not powerful for you guys. I don't know what this is. You saw the scribble. Well, you didn't see the scribble. You saw it. Yeah.
You didn't even have to Google, look up an artist or nothing. It came right to her. She manifested it.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
So I want you guys, yeah, absolutely. It will clear up the traffic so you can do that. Absolutely.
So if you guys aren't following Sweta Iyer on Blab, you can actually just click follow right on her video. There's a little person button. You can follow it. She's going to be going live at 8:30 tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So do you guys have any questions, any insights, any ahas that came up through this entire conversation? I know I was having so many light bulb moments. I was just like, oh my God, I wish I could type it all out, but I know it's going to distract me. But I'll have to definitely listen to the replay again myself. But if you guys have any questions for Sweta or in general wanted to share anything that came up for you as we were talking, you can go ahead and put it. I was writing things down, but no questions. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to watch the replay again. You had some amazing tweetables and nuggets in there that I'm going to pull out and save for us. Those are really, really good.
One thing I do want to say is, if you guys like, okay, so as far as Aditi saying asking questions and I'm saying asking questions, there's a very famous biblical phrase, okay? And that is, ask and you shall receive.
Yeah.
Start asking, get busy asking, okay? And then get inspired and follow the action. You've asked, you will receive. It always happens. However, we keep asking, we don't wait for the answer. Right. Okay, where is my job? Where's my job? Where's my job? Where's my job? The angel, the guide, the impulse is waiting to come. But you're saying, but where's my job? Where's my job? You understand? You have to let them talk to you. Let them talk back to you. Does that make sense?
How do you do that?
How do you do that? Make it a practice. For that is one thing that I will say. I don't wait till I'm in a crisis to reach out to my higher self, to my angels, to Kali. I do not wait. Now it's a practice. And my life is so supported. I don't feel like I will fall down and nothing will hold me. And that is how people are attracted to you that are healthy for you. That is how you will get the clients that are healthy for you, that you want to work with. That is exactly how I take complete ownership of everything that's happened in my life, for sure. Mm-hmm. So it's an incredible process. It's an incredible process.
And I know you have an online community. Would you like to tell us about the Energy Rockstar?
Yes, I do actually. So I have a Facebook group, guys. It's free to join. Thank you for putting that out, Aditi. It's swetaiyer.com/energy rockstars. And as it says, it's about becoming an energy rock star. So one thing that I do, and I say this to everybody, I don't want to be around people that don't feel good about themselves. Why? Because I have no interest in not feeling good about myself. I like feeling good about myself, and I want to be a rock star, and I want to show you how you can be a rock star. Why? Because why wouldn't you be? Right. Why wouldn't you be a rock star? Why wouldn't you be this amazing, incredible, magnificent human being that you're born to be? Right? That's what I feel. So, and it's possible. Now I can show you the best. So think of me as a GPS that can tell you how to get out there. But the GPS is not going to be putting the pedal on and the gas and everything. You're going to get out there. I can tell you. So that is why healers, coaches, that's why we're important, because of that reason.
Cool. Well, last week we had a little prep cleanse after party after the recording. So if there's nothing else, I'm going to stop the recording and you can feel free to hang out with us afterwards. All right. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching the replay. Make sure to go to Sweta's awesome Facebook group. I'm a part of it too at swetaiyer.com/energy rockstars to be a part of the conversation and to learn more about energy and how transforming it can transform your life. All right, you guys, thanks for watching.